Welcome to Season 1 of the Texas Dirt Track Stars of Tomorrow podcast, featuring the latest and greatest young guns moving up and making an impression in the Texas dirt track racing scene. And now, here's your host, Mike Fortier.
Hey, welcome everybody. Another round of fun, I guess you'd call it. Episode 10, August 22nd, 2024. Wow, how time flies when you're having fun. Tonight we've got a young driver that I haven't had the honor of meeting yet until I think I met him the first time at I-37 last Wednesday night. Guy just impressed me. Kind of caught my eye a little bit. I invited him on the show, and here we are. So without any more BS, I guess here's Corpus Christi's Nathan Rachui. What do you say there, buddy?
Hey, Mike, how's it going, man? Thanks for having me on, man. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate it probably more than you do. It's really good to have you. You had a hell of a run going there the other night, didn't you, buddy?
Yeah.
Have you raced since then? Not to interrupt, but was that your last time out?
Yes, sir. That Wednesday night was my last time out. I had prior engagements that weekend. You know, I'm a father of 3 kids, so I had stuff I had to do, had dad duties kick in. So, yeah, that was last time. As you can see, we're here at my shop right now, about to go over the car. I'm actually going to throw it on some scales and see where we're at. I think we found a little something with some help from a few people. So I'm going to throw it on the scales, see where we're at on numbers. And my plan is to be back at 37 this weekend.
Awesome.
So got a bunch of football game stuff I need to go to, but I'm going to try to escape in the afternoon and head back out there.
Awesome. Glad to hear that. So tell us a little bit about that run. I have put a video together here that we can play. It's a couple minute long, where it's just kind of condensed highlights, if you will. We can talk about that if you'd like. But you're in second place in the heat, I believe.
Yes, sir.
And had a solid second place in the A main. Car was pretty good. Looked good to me.
Felt pretty good.
Yep. Track to your liking at all, was it?
In the heat, not so much. You know, it was a little tacky, a little bit more tackier. Starting to dry off a little bit in the feature. I feel like, you know, from the top to bottom, it was changing colors. You know, you could see like a little bit of black, brown.
Yep.
Obviously, Jared found the better line in 3 and 4 towards the end of the race. I found a little later, but yeah, it was a good race for us. We've been struggling a bit with some mechanical woes. You know, we were at pocket a couple weeks ago, struggled there with some mechanical failures that we've never experienced. So, you know, doing a little bit of that and always searching for speed on setup. So, you know, ironically, you know, I get a help from a few people on some SEP advice and whatnot, you know, like
right.
Out. I got Jeffrey Abbey with CRS, and then Jared Maupin's kind of hopped back into my program, and he's helped me out a little bit, or a lot of it rather, with some information and shock. So yeah, ironically that night I was kind of picking his brain, and turns out it was me and him 1-2 in the future. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was a good race to watch. Very, very good. How'd you feel about running on a Wednesday night?
And that was pretty cool, Mike. I tell you what, that was awesome. You know, like I said to Kevin on the mic after that heat race, you know, Monday and Tuesday, everybody's, you know, back to work, grind, and it's kind of cool to get a break during the middle of the week and go do something I love, you know, dirt track racing and escape, you know, of the stresses of everyday life. So Wednesday was pretty cool to go race. So, and it was awesome. I liked it. Hope they do it again.
Yeah, me too. I liked it a lot. It's a great break. And the last few guests I've had on, we talked about the very same thing you just said, how it's you walk into the racetrack or drive in, whatever, and you just, everything you were dealing with at home is gone.
Yeah.
It's
especially like that kind of makes it worth it, you know.
Yeah, no question, and it breaks the week up. Yeah, for sure. Let's take a look at your car here. Tell us a little bit about that baby. I don't know, that picture was on your homepage, I believe, Facebook page.
So that's new last year. It's a 2023 Destroyer from Daryl Campbell up in Kennedale. This is my second destroyer. The first one was just we just upgraded, after market floor pan and firewall. That right there is the first picture of it before I took it onto a track, so that's kind of why it's up there.
Yep.
Yeah, red's always been our color for Rachui racing. I grew up, my dad dirt track racing, and color was always the red to go. I feel like kind of sticks out on the track, but that's our color, so we roll with it.
What you run for motor? Open?
Yeah, I have Bruce Sanders with Ace Automotive Machine, my engine builder. He's been doing all of our engines for the past few years. Really great guy, really awesome motors, as you can tell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we use him. Suspensions, I got CRS, Jeffrey Abbey. He's pretty awesome. Been running him for a couple years now. Easy to get a hold of, good communication. And some of the other sponsors you see there, we got Meyer on the back. Been longtime sponsors of us. My dad used to work for them. We just kind of go way back. Then I got All-American Chevrolet of Killeen over there. Another good close friend of mine, Austin Bittner. My dad used to work over there as well. He's up in Killeen. Been sponsoring us for a few years. And then we got Darpro commercial construction. That's Laura and Daryl. They're actually pretty close friends of ours here. We race with him weekly here in Corpus. Longtime sponsors, even better friends. And then, we run wicked fast transmissions, and then, like I said, Destroyer. Then my graphics are done by Revolution Graphics. Fire suits by Austin Witt. And a couple little other small sponsors like Cornwell Tools helps us out with our tool. It does pretty good for us. PRC Carbs is another good sponsor of ours. So yeah, and along with a lot of good friends that we have here at the shop, we share a shop with a few other fellow racers, and we all lend a hand when we need to. Plus, everybody outside the shop, we're a pretty big family. So that's actually outside our shop right there. So
okay, so you got some good people behind you, best of the best. Sounds like.
Yeah, absolutely. This takes a team for sure. It's hard to do on your own.
Yeah. Who helps you at the track on race nights?
So I have my cousin David. He's a close cousin of mine. He's my right-hand man, my pit crew, my crew chief. My dad, semi-retired. He's finally back down from Killeen. Sit down and bark and point orders, but I wouldn't have it in way. Operations. And then I got three sons. Two of them are I got a 13, a 10, and a 1-year-old. And the 13 and 10-year-old, when I can get them out there and get them to settle down from running around with their friends, they'll help me change some tires and stuff. And then I got like a bunch of other friends. I got Joey, Eddie, Mark. That we like I said, we all lend a hand if we're at the track together. So we all help each other out.
That's good. That's the way it needs to be. That's awesome. So let's dive into that Wednesday night race.
Okay.
From my perspective, I was in the infield watching. You had them covered, man, and you see the 91 car coming.
Yeah.
And said, "Uh-oh, this is going to get good.
This
is going to get good." But I mean, you both raced clean. It was pretty impressive. I'm going to roll this thing, and I think we can talk over it if you want. If anything you want to say, if you want me to stop it, say the word.
Okay, kind of a local shoe here. Had it dialed in. He said it was a little bit loose in the heat race. Let's hope we've tightened up the top string a little bit as we get ready for green flag. And it looks like Nathan Rachui going to win the drag race into the first set of corners. The first two rows start to pull away already. Rachui by a car length, I should say. Down the back chute into turn 3. Brown going to shuffle back to second. We go 3 deep off of turn 4 as Casey Kraus makes it exciting on the out. Brown looking to the inside, right down around the tires through the second set of corners. It ain't nothing doing. It'll be Kraus in second spot as Rachui leads lap number 2. Hey, outside of turns 3 and 4, slides way up to the wall, but it's quick. Really good speed down the front chute, still hanging on to that 4th position. Kraus, don't look now. Casey Kraus, as we've got
right
one
there,
around
buddy.
the big pile up in turns 1 and 2.
always fast.
Restart coming for the 25er Rahi. Green flag in the air. Gets an early restart down the backstretch.
Yeah, Nathan picked him up real quick there, Chris. We come back down the front.
And back to green.
And it looks like Rahi got a good restart that time. A great restart for the 91 is.
Say that again. Didn't hear you.
You can see Jared mopping there, slowly sneaking up.
Oh yeah. Nice bright white car.
Yeah.
He's coming.
Well, as Maupin presses the issue, they go 3 deep off of turn 2. Jared going to pick up 2 for 1. Down the back chute, going to slide to 63 of Sanchez up the speedway a little bit, and he'll take over the runner-up spot. Now he's going to set his sights on the red number 25 and reel him in slowly. The quickest lap of the race right now belongs to Nathan Rahi. 18:101 for Rahi in the 25R. That's the best lap so far. Jared
Drivers.
Maupin, right.
All right, what were you thinking right there, bud?
I saw his nose right there, and like they always tell you, whenever you're in the lead like that, you're a sitting duck, right? So
Yeah.
at that point in time, I told myself I need to, try to cover the bottom. But I think what happened here was I drove it in a tad bit too hard going into 3, and I pushed up just enough to give Jared that bottom lane that he needed, which was pretty, as you can see, was pretty dominant for at least the first 3 quarters of the race. So as you see right here, I pushed up just a little bit. I mean, the car handled fine, just 1 lane up, and he took advantage of it and capitalized on it.
Well, you knew he was there.
They're starting to explore the track out there about mid-pack. You see guys moving up to the top. Kraus in the 53K, who had fallen back several spots. Now he's back up to the top, and he's up 3 or 4 spots, making a run for 3rd.
1 more set of corners down the back straightaway. Jared Maupin far and away the best of this one right here. Rahi in 2nd spot. The checkered flag will be out. Jared Maupin will get the win. Nathan Rahi will be 2nd. How about it for Casey Kraus in the 3rd spot? Dylan Gaither 4th, and Edward Oaks going to rally back for a top 5 finish.
You right quick, man. That was a great race. You look good out there. Man, that's a tough competition for a Wednesday night. I wasn't expecting that. Were you?
No, sir. Over 20 factory stocks on Wednesday night is pretty awesome. Man, I know when you got Jared Maupin on the, anywhere, I don't care where he's starting, it's always in the back of your mind. Didn't need a couple of them cautions. Got a little loose towards the end, but it's Jared Maupin. So it was fun racing against him. He helps me out a lot too. Man, this was awesome. Thank y'all for putting it on.
We appreciate you coming out here. Race fans, give Nathan a round of applause and putting on the show. We're going to talk.
A good job, bud.
Yeah.
Excellent job.
Yeah, kind of a ironic fact here. I wouldn't call it ironic. Little fact about myself. I have never won a factory stock feature yet. I've been in the factory stock classes. I started off in E-Mod down here in Corpus, ran pure stocks then, and then moved to factory stock. I've been doing factory stocks for about 5-6 years. I've never won an A-main ever. I've come close like that. I've even lost last lap in Edna, but I've never won one. So I'll take those good finishes when I can get them. Like you saw in the that race, Casey Kraus is no slouch either. I believe he was.
That's right.
And man, he looked like he was coming pretty fast too. And then, as the race went on, like I said, I didn't need those cautions. I was getting a little more snug on the bottom and loose off. And then, towards the end, when Jared first passed me after that caution, I felt like I could keep up with him. But then after that last caution, he was just another cat.
Gone. Yeah, gone.
I'll take it. I can get him, especially at tracks like that against, like you were talking about. I think his name is Johnny Walker Brown.
Yeah. Yep.
Him. If you can go to like their hometown track and hang with them, that says a lot, man. It's hard to factory stocks.
Yeah. Yep. It sure is. I was looking at, you mentioned this being your first, or you having only had 1 win, but as far back as Racing Texas goes, I'm sorry, as far back as my race pass goes, which is 2018. You've run 116 A mains.
Yeah.
You've had 1 victory. You've had 42 top 5s and 85 top 10s. Yeah. That ain't bad. That's a lot of races.
Yeah. No, about 2 or 3 years ago, my brother. So I have a brother named Eric. We used to race together in E-Mods. It was a team deal. Well, he he is now a youth pastor in Orange Grove, and his career has just kind of taken a hold of him, and he's decided to step away from racing a few years ago. So at that point in time, we sold his race car, and they gave us a little bit more money to focus for the sponsors to focus on just one car. So about 2-3 years, my dad sat down and got together and said, hey, let's travel. So we started branching out, primarily 37 at Corpus, but we've been up to North Texas. We've been up to Louisiana a couple times around the Boot Hill. So those number of races you see are a lot of that. We've done a lot of traveling, Waco, and all of on as far as so.
Yeah, 2022. I saw you had you're on 25 nights.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Yeah, a lot. It's a lot for somebody who does it for a hobby,
That's a lot. I mean, I know it's a long season, but it's still a lot of racing. There's no question about it. Hey, tell us about your family background, racing. How you came up to where you're at.
So I was pretty much been around dirt racing since I couldn't remember when I was young. So actually, as far as I know, my grandfather, Arthur Rahi, he had a blue stalker. Number 5 was his number, which was my brother's number. Mm-hmm. And then I passed it on to my father, who ran Stalkers 2 at Riverside and back here in 80s or whatnot. And he was 25 as well, red car. So I'm 25. The R's for Rahi. So we just kind of grew up at the track as me and my brother and my sister as kids, just playing around in the pits and watching a lot of our dad's friends and stuff, growing up watching them, And then, my dad kind of got out of it for a while, and then we just kind of went around it for a handful of years. And I graduated college, got into the oil field, and started making some money. And I called up my dad one day, and he literally had gotten rid of everything, tools.
Really? Yeah.
So I didn't even ask him or nothing or get advice. And I called him. I said, hey, I bought a race car. He said, you did what? I said, I bought a race car. He's like, well, I wish you would have told me, you were going to do this. We would have never sold anything. And that was probably, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 years ago. It was the E-Mod class I was telling you about that Owen built up down here. And a year later, my brother got into it, and then we've been deep in it ever since. And
so you got your collection of tools all put back together, I assume.
We have definitely built up the arsenal. My dad has been in the dealership business his whole life, parts department type stuff. So as far as parts and backup parts and tools and backup tools, that's my dad's forte. Everybody knows at the track if they need a part or a tool to come to the black trailer, Rahi Racing trailer, and we more than likely, I bet you, we probably got it.
That's awesome. That's really cool. Is all that racing in Texas, I assume?
Yes, sir. Most of it's in Texas. We haven't, like I told you, the last 2 or 3 years, we've traveled further north. Like when Waco runs on a Friday and Cotton Bowl on a Saturday, we'll hit Waco on Friday and Cotton Bowl. I try to make it a family affair. Like I told you, I have a girlfriend and 3 kids, so I'll drag them with me and we'll go mess around in Austin for the day and then go race, or like Louisiana. It'll be an adults thing and we'll go gamble. So, 2 years, I'm sure you've seen Boot Hill, 113 cars this year.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I think I got 7th out of over 100 cars, and that kind of lit the fire for me more. And then it's kind of been a roller coaster ever since. But unfortunately, make it this year. They rained out. We actually went to Louisiana, rained out. Race Saturday, and that rained out. We still went to go have some fun, and then I headed to Rocket Raceway, first time facility. So. Yeah, we definitely travel around and try to race as much as work and family allow us to.
Yeah, that's great. What are your plans for the remainder of the year? Pretty much what you've been doing this season so far. Just continue.
Yeah, as you know, they call it big race season coming up. So a handful more races. I'm a shift worker, so I can only burn so much PTO, and like I said, I'm a father as well, and so I try to. Family thing, my girlfriend, she's awesome. Brittany, she holds down the fort. My family does as well. I'm very supported on that. So we're going to try to go to 37 this weekend. Then the Carlucci Memorial is the following weekend here at South Texas Race Ranch. That's for 1,034 to win. I believe Maupin's the defending champion for that. So that'll be our first big race this season. And then of course you got the DTK coming up, 37. I'm going to try to make it to the Cajun Classic in Louisiana in October. That's another big race. and then I'm gonna try to, and then I will make a shootout at South Texas Race Ranch, and then hit a few local races or set races here and there. But
Right.
it's try to buckle down and get this thing as fast as we can and try to win big money.
Yep. Where are you looking to be a year or two from now? I mean, are you satisfied at the level you're at, or are you looking to get up into something?
I feel like if I want to branch out at all, I got to win some races in this class. I mean, this class is hard, super competitive. It's forever growing, and I don't have a win in a factory stock, so I don't think if I can start going to these races and racing with these big dogs and pulling away with some victories, then we'll start thinking about that. But also, 13-year-old and a 10-year-old, and the 13-year-old raced some go-karts a little bit, and he's kind of getting the bug a little bit. So who knows? In the next couple of years, we might get another factory stock and put this one as a bomber and let him get in it. But he's kind of devoted to sports right now in school, so that might be an option too. I might be not only racing but also having a son or two race. So
Yep.
To build this factory stock program up and try to actually win some races. That's the goal right now.
Yep. Did you get all your sponsors in a few moments ago? We were talking about sponsors, or is there anybody else you want to point out or thank?
Yeah, for sure. I wish I would have done a little bit more on Race On that Wednesday night, but it was kind of a lot going on. But
yeah, that's fine.
My power plant, Sanders, I got PRC carbs, I got All American Chevrolet, CRS suspension, I got the storage chassis, Meyer, Revolution Graphics, Cornwell Tools, 91 Specialties, and a lot of friends and family that help out. Like I said, I got David, my dad, everybody at the shop. And all my family, man. I'll tell you what, family is a huge help. There,
Right.
Tonight, I was able to break away, and once we got off the phone, I'm gonna go straight to work, and the girlfriend's holding the fort down at home. So I got everybody, my mom and my stepdad and all of them. They're big supporters of it too.
Well, very, very good. Listen, I won't keep you. If there's anything else you'd like to discuss or talk about or mention or say, go for it, bud.
No, I think we pretty much covered it. Just everybody go support your local track, and if you can't make it to the track, Race On's always doing it. And just try to keep dirt track racing alive. It's an awesome sport. It's addicting. And
yeah, it is. I've been around it all my life in one way or another.
Yes,
and
sir.
I'm not getting younger, but I still got the bug. I can't seem to get rid of it. Anyway. All right, Nathan. It's been real. It's been a pleasure, man.
Thank you. I
do appreciate it. And thank you so much for your time. Do appreciate it. You're welcome anytime. And I guess I'll see you Saturday at I-37 Speedway.
Sure, come by and say hi.
Will do. Will do. All right, Nathan. Thank you very much. Yep. Bye-bye. Well, that was a good interview. What a great guy. He put on a heck of a show Wednesday night, man. It was really good. So I guess we will call this a wrap, but I just always like to mention that the purpose of this podcast that I'm doing, if you will, doing the best I can, is to give some of these younger drivers an opportunity to talk about themselves, show themselves off some, and get some recognition. So that's the name of the game. And if you or you know of anybody that might like to come on, you can get a hold of me at probably the best way is to just give me a shout at 210-835-4920 or Mike4051 at gmail.com. Thank you very much. And we will all see you at the track. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.